sort of streaming or functioning, but it's no picture showing.
Okay, we're still messing
Okay
with.
then.
I'm still messing with the cameras over here, but that's okay. So let's discuss a little bit what happened. Is so your crew is very much there, but let's just say that they've learned a little too much from Cutler,
Oh fuck.
and so uh, when you get into Waterdeep, you've run into a sort of um, a sort of an issue.
Oh no.
And the issue is that they've been in port there for several days, well, several months actually,
Oh no.
and
No. No.
they've incurred port fees, and they don't want to let your ship go to impound completely, so they didn't even realize that it had gone to impound until after it had, and they paid the impound fees, and then they've been paying the port fees out of their own pockets, and so they've elected to sort of take control of the ship, as it were. Uh, and
Sounds about right.
and of course they they know you will be back at some point, and they know you're good for it, boss. So so in order to have you guys to where you're comfortable with each other. Your first mate has taken it upon herself to take on the role as captain of the ship for now, until you're able to make good with their salaries.
Got it.
So,
Cutler with the back pay.
yeah, so I didn't know if you wanted to, I didn't know how you wanted to handle it, or if you wanted to role play anything of that. So
Yeah,
I held off for a minute.
Yeah, I do kind of.
Hold on, what's
That-
okay.
To be fair, I wasn't expecting to be kidnapped and then randomly brought into space, and I just point up. I was up there.
One of the crew members looks upon you skeptically. Your first mate is an elf, girl. I said her name in the thing here. One second. Her name was. Is it Serlanus? Or that was the bandit leader. Okay, hold on. I think I made a thing. I don't know. I got her in here somewhere. Was Serlanus the that was the bandit leader? That's right. That wasn't the first mate. The first mate was. Where did I put her name? Oh boy.
Gotta love it.
You alright?
Woo! Keeping the hype up.
Oh, you know what I did is when I went and looked at your character, James,
Yeah.
your whole bio thing was gone again.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Am
That's
I the
crazy.
reason that may have happened?
I'm
I'm not.
but
I'm not typing that again. No, just no.
I don't know what the heck happened. I hope that you weren't the reason that happened, but
I was like, because if I recall correctly, it was like this character sheet got pushed over to me.
yeah.
I didn't change anything as far as I know, so.
It's probably a glitch with Roll20. I'm not blaming anybody because it could have been anything.
Does anybody remember what you guys found out from the bandit people?
Indeed, they were snatching people up in this street.
Someone ordered them to.
Yes, a priest called.
Priest.
Oh wait, I know it. I have something that's called a memory. It's called. His name was Ranchifus.
Ranchifus,
Ranchifus.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
Ranchifus, yep, that is correct.
Yeah, Ranchifus, who had hired these bandits to sort of waylay you guys.
Okay, where on the map are we, out of curiosity?
You are on the Waterdeep map. You are at the
Wait,
very bottom.
So the ward?
So the dock ward is at the very bottom, not the south ward, but the dock ward or yeah, not the dock ward, the south ward. Sorry.
The southern ward right here.
Yeah. No, I guess technically
Yes,
it is the
and
dock ward. Yeah, it's to the west of the. Yeah, the way of the dragon splits the dock ward from the south ward. So, the only ship on the map is not the only ship that's there. It just represents your ship.
Okay, that works.
Just represents the burning bitch, which is I had that handout up a second ago. There it is. 2019. Which is it? Anyway, so that's the burning bitch there. And I thought I put somewhere, and now I don't know where it's at. I thought her name was something like Erixis, but I can't remember. Off the top of my
I don't
head.
even know if you said the name at that point when we were doing it. I can't remember either.
I may not have. I thought I wrote it in the stupid chat, so I'd be able to like look it up and.
No, yeah, because I know you read. You meant wait. Okay, so we have Ranchifus, Yilra, and Carlanus.
Ylira. That's
There we go.
That's Ylira is her name. That's her name. Thank you. Oh, there it is, right there at the. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah. Ylira is your first mate. She's a Shadarkai elf who basically has her head mostly shaved. She's got kind of a top knot strip going from the front of her head to the back of her head, almost like a mohawk. And she's been a reliable first mate, but she kind of explains it to you like, look, boss. See, the thing is, we've paid all of our money out, and there's no guarantee that we get it back without the ship. And the ship is the way we make our money, right? So we kind of have to, hold on to control of the ship until we've made our money back. We know you're good for it. We know you're good for it because you've always been good for it. But this thing about space, I mean, is this like the time you and the Kraken? Because you remember when you were talking about how you were late for the one meeting and you were wrestling the Kraken? I don't think that really happened, but
Please
I'm
tell
not
me
saying
Count Bluey is with
I'm
me.
not saying that you're a liar, boss. I'm just saying, this. I thought this was like the space thing's like a story, right?
Please tell me Count Bluey is with me right
Yeah,
now.
all everybody's with you.
I look back at them. Why don't you ask them? We were all there together.
I do say, as farcical as the story sounds, there is quite a kernel of truth to it. Now, about your affair, what say you propose?
I apologize. I know we're not exactly the most literate of a group, so take the literate one with a grain of salt, please.
I think it's in the trade business. Let's speak trade language for the matter, which is quite similar in this fact. We are in some
Adjusting cameras
situations
live
that are
on the stream.
that we are some kind of situation that are the caravan is docking on port, but we it cannot go further until all pays are due, and that's legitimate business and
Stephanie is
legitimate
Deontay right
response.
Yeah, I was about to say, before we go any further, Stephanie, yeah, I didn't know if you
There
noticed.
you go. Let me get Deontay. I need okay. Oliver's camera's not working, so we're not gonna have him on.
I would just drag a picture of his token into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a token right there, so I can just make it bigger.
Yeah. Do it. It's a nice picture, so
There we go.
fond of it.
All right, and then Deontay, I need a capture cam for him.
I was like,
Well,
Steph's Soldar,
This will take
so
up
go
the whole
ahead.
thing. This will take up the whole screen. This capture.
Oh, I know.
Oh, capture 6. Yep. Hey, we're all there.
Oh gosh!
There's Deontay.
Dang, you got a lot of notifications in that one server there, Brian.
Oh, what's that mean?
You got like 34 notifications in that one
Oh,
server.
yeah. I got lots of stuff in there. Move him down to where the frames are. Maybe. If we're gonna try. Streamlabs, work with me, man. Work with me. There we go. Dual cap 6. Okay, there you go. Alright.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're all in frame-ish. darkness. All right, so yeah, hey, Wizard's Forge. All right.
So Jenny just stands in the background until the rest of the party actually notices she's there.
Okay.
I like the idea that they ignored her this entire time. We've been doing
I
everything.
didn't even notice there's somebody new. So Cutler's not even paying attention. He's more concerned with the fact that his ship is currently being commandeered by his crew.
We fought together, and they're just now, like I did, they're just now seeing Januka. It's just like,
Yes, okay. Yeah.
What is Januka? Like for those of us who have not met her yet.
Janika is a hold on.
Goliath?
She's a Goliath.
paladin.
Oh wow.
Goliath
Paladin.
something. Yeah, Goliath, yeah, Paladin. Yeah.
So we're both big mofos then.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just look over. How did I miss another giant? What?
It happens to the best of us.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, you're in the bottom part of the map here. This is where your ship's docked in. You are going to have to pay.
Oh, I don't want to see this. Fine. I don't even want to see how bad this is going to get. 3 months.
So the impound
Tell them
fee.
taken out of-
The impound fee was because they didn't realize that you were going to be even gone, so they didn't think about any port fees. So the impound fee was only 20 gold.
Okay, well that's not bad.
Affordable.
that's a start.
The port fees over the last
However.
several days were 200 copper, and to pay the crew and officers per week for 2 weeks was 800 gold.
Okay, how much does 50 platinum convert to in gold?
500 gold.
Okay. And I have 10 gold currently, so that would be 510 gold. How far off am I?
About
300 and some odd gold.
Alright, I just look over at her
200,
here.
well, actually, 200 copper would only be 2 gold. So yeah, so not even 300. It'd be 2 something. Yeah, like 290 something.
I look over at her.
Maybe.
Consider me starting my payment now. Here is all of this. And I just pull out everything.
All right. She's like,
I
well,
thought
like-
200 coppers was 2 silver.
200 coppers is 20 silver.
Okay.
I say, Cutler, are you a reverse pirate now? You're giving up quite a lot there.
I have to get my ship back. Shut up, Fulidar.
Oh, but why not tell them about your brilliant idea to be a pirate in the sky? I'm sure they'll definitely work for that wage.
It may be helpful to emphasize the coming, let's say, endeavors we could make, and riches.
I mean, we could make a lot more money if we did make this into a spelljammer, but
She says,
How about we just kill one of these guys to get him under control?
I look over. No.
Yalira.
I like get close and be like, don't take it off the table yet.
This crew is my family. We've been through a lot. I've just met all of you. Granted, we've been through a bit as well, but nowhere near as much as my family. Hell, Kablooey here has sailed the ocean with us once or twice.
Once, yeah. I'm not a
I'm
big fan of the
hopefully-
sea.
And it's great to have a good teamwork here. This is a crew that's worked together, so would be the best way. Not to get a new crew.
I mean, think about this for a minute. They paid the fees, and all they want is me to pay them back and I get my ship back.
Sounds fair to me.
That's a loyal crew. I could not ask for a better
Well-
crew.
He is maybe on gold. We should be able to cover this.
It's
Oh,
been in port for 3 months.
well,
Oh, I have a
yeah.
nice, interesting idea we could.
Yeah, and you were paid.
Right,
And you were paid up until 2 months, 2.5 months of that. basically.
So, it is quite expensive to dock a ship, unfortunately.
I don't know whether to be disappointed or excited about the camaraderie of these pirates.
Excited! Assuming you stick with me, these will be our crew. This ship will be a form of transportation for us.
Alira says, well, I'm sure you all have stuff to do in town here while you're here in the city. But, as soon as you're ready, Cap, we'll make underway and get to moving.
I look at Lyra and I just go, you know, Lyra, I don't think I've complimented your face today.
Ah, yes, Alira has one of the most awesome faces I've ever seen. To be honest, the haircut is one of the reasons I picked her as my first mate. I thought it looked
I
badass.
see. The hair courts. Oh, yes, okay.
Foladar, what are you doing?
I was just simply acknowledging the notes that you were giving me here.
What? I wasn't giving you... What? I was...
Well, Alira says, well, thank you, Mr. Fancy Man, but as you can see, I got a whole crew of salty sea dogs that think my face is lovely, too. So, you'll have to get in line, I'm supposing.
Oh, that's good to know.
Alira, you and I both know the crew aren't sea dogs. They're more like sea bloodhounds when it comes to you. They won't leave you
I
alone.
was thinking more like sea urchins, but fair enough.
Oh, and the thing about that, the sea metaphor would be in the future perhaps not so fitting anymore.
So here's one of the things we can do real quick. Now that you've agreed to pay the thing,
And have paid a lot towards it.
the ship is, the ship's crew is fairly happy about this because some of them were probably worried that they weren't going to get paid at all, and Alira's probably been keeping them in line, so to speak.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about your health.
And
I picked a great first mate.
and so she's and she's spreading the wealth now that you've given her some money, so everybody's all about going ashore and spending some coin, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so what we could do is, if you guys would be interested, you guys could go look around Waterdeep, if you would like, and we could do like a shopping session.
Oh God, I don't have any gold now though.
Yeah.
Or the other thing that we could do, one of the other things that we could do, we can just get underway quickly, and we can chalk up the travel time as downtime, and we could do some downtime activities if you would like.
Kablooey, my dearest nephew, do you remember where the job board is in town?
Yeah. Would I know? Probably.
I've spent so much money on books at this point. Why not keep doing
Yeah,
that?
if you guys are kind of native-ish to Waterdeep, then yeah, you would know. Or at least,
There
Oh,
is
yeah.
a
I think
thing
actually
that
Cutler's
I
native to
call
Baldur's Gate,
our
though, isn't he?
Party treasure block.
I lived in Waterdeep mostly.
Yeah, but you guys would be familiar with it either way.
Making a little bit of money. One second, Cutler. I think we can catch two birds with one stone here. We still have a little bit open-end issue with a unnice priest here that has tried to take people from the streets, and I'm not quite fond of someone who tries to stop people to get to their
And you do
destiny.
know, Fallon, you do know that the priest that had hired those guys was waylaying you from getting to Heronshire, so it's a very good possibility that the priest is in Heronshire, and the trip to there by boat is like 21 days.
Hold on.
But it's but still even the way we had still had to go.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so a priest. What god does this priest serve?
We didn't bother to ask.
I don't think you guys
Would have been
followed
a
that
smart
up.
thing to ask.
Seriously, you didn't ask.
You were there.
I wasn't paying fucking attention in case anybody didn't notice.
Well, look at that. So weren't we?
Evening. It was evening, nighttime, and yeah, a lot of things happened, and no one is to blame for some misunderstandings. So yeah, we still got some quite lead because it's a bad person, and I think nobody would care if we get this person
I have an idea. I mean, all of the bandits that must encrowd this city, someone must know of the name Ranchifus. He couldn't have just hired that merry old band of goof-offs.
Now that I'm actually here and paying attention, do I recognize that name at all, other than like the quest we were given?
I don't think so. Make it.
Okay.
Go ahead and make it. Go ahead and make a. Go ahead and make a. Let's say a history check.
Okay, history. I'm not very good at it.
You're trying to recall details. So.
14.
Yeah, you don't. It doesn't ring a bell per se.
Okay. 21 days worth of sailing. That's going to be 21 more days I have to pay my crew.
You have still paid your crew, and we are getting to. Where are we heading? The kind of.
Well, there is a downtime activity in which Cutler probably enjoys immensely, and he could settle his debts with his crew who also enjoy this downtime immensely, and possibly come out ahead even.
And how do I settle that debt when I have nothing to settle it with? I gave away all of my money.
Oh, okay.
You have a group of people behind you with a quite particular kind of skill set.
All right, which one of you?
You can borrow money.
Which one of you has the most money?
Sorry.
Hey, I have the security, our treasury under lock and key. Is not being spent on this.
Listen, I just need 2 gold to be able to get the rolling.
Oh, I can give you 5 gold.
Oh, 5 gold? That's even better.
But I think that let's speak honestly open. Let's get your ship, get your crew.
So you're gonna need. You'll probably need at least 10 gold. To get it going. And about a maximum of 1,000, but about
10 gold to get going.
10 gold to get going, and it'll require probably about a week of effort to see gains.
We'll be here for about a week, so enjoy yourself. But I guarantee you we'll start seeing some profit out of this.
I can lend you 5 gold.
That works. 10 gold. That should be more. That should be just enough. I start heading off to do the downtime.
All right.
I'll be back in about a week, y'all. Enjoy this ship. There's more than enough room for you guys to sleep on it. I'll leave. Folidar, leave a note and tell her that I told you to write the note.
Yeah, no problem. We're just making ourselves at home.
Yep.
And you hear Lyra, from the deck. She says, yes, yeah, feel free to come aboard as you please. She says, she looks at Folidar and she says, after all, Cutler's friends, or after all, the Wall's friends are our friends. And then she winks at you and she says, unfortunately.
I laugh as I hear
I'm
this.
going to like you yet.
Always the smart ass, Lyra. Always
And
the
then
smart ass.
after that happens, I just start winking for practice sake.
Always the smart ass, Lyra.
Fallon is walking on his cane, hunched down over, and looks at her and says, "Oh, you don't even know how to do it. Oh, it's getting worse. It's getting really worse." So, where's the bulk hall? The part of the ship where you store the stuff, thingies?
She has somebody take you down to the storage area.
Yeah,
Okay,
and you've got a pony and a cart worth of stuff to stow in your ship as well.
Okay, she's like, well, you're gonna have to take the gangway on the side there, and
Hold up. Where the fuck do we get a pony?
It's mine.
Jin Yunka had one.
Okay then. Okay then. Cutler's just learning more and more today, and he's just like, what the fuck?
I feel like I've been out of it for a moment.
Right? It's like again, I was like, color wasn't even in autopilot. He spoke during that fight. Like I had him speak.
Since you happened to have been asleep during our journey here when I met you, you were fulfilling your promise to the mage named, what is his name?
Ooh, Cutler?
You mean
Oh.
me, Felon? Oh, no,
What?
the other.
No, we had a quest from
The
a
old
mage
god.
to deliver stuff to another mage that was mostly useless.
So, in other words, the opposite of a fetch quest.
Oh, not Gorion. What is it? Some sort of a G. Gordrin? Is that what it
I
is?
think it was Gordrin.
Gordrin, yeah, Gordrin.
But apparently your party had,
Yeah, the
Agreed.
wagon is full of like magical items and such that they got to deliver to Thurmaster, which is in Heronshire.
yeah,
Little town, little hamlet in Heronshire that you're delivering for a magic shop. And Januka was nice enough to bring them to you after you had agreed to, whether you had or not, had agreed to escort them to this place.
Okay.
and by the way, just for a description, she is about 7'2", very muscular, wearing plate armor, a shield, and a war pick.
And
We
she
are
has, like,
very similar.
And she has like a greenish gray skin, correct?
Yeah, more green.
We are very similar. Except the fact that I'm a Dragonborn, not a Goliath. It feels weird not being the only tall member of the party now.
You'll be taller in a minute when you rage.
I know, right? I go to large size at that point.
All right, so
If anything, she looks like a medieval She-Hulk.
does anybody have? So you guys have a party treasurer too, right? Did I make you guys a party?
Yes, I am
Yes.
in charge of the treasury.
Okay, so I was gonna say, so you guys, I don't know if you have gold or if you have stuff that you want to spend.
We do.
But
I
if
don't
you guys
know
want to
about those
go
people,
around
let them
the town,
take
you guys also don't have to stay on the ship. You guys could rent an inn, like in a room at an inn, or you guys could just go shopping or whatever you could do, like get to know Waterdeep, so to speak.
I say, are there any libraries in the area?
It's Waterdeep.
Oh,
Of course
absolutely.
there is.
Waterdeep has one of the largest libraries in the Western Hemisphere.
Waterdeep has one of the largest vaults in the world, too, if I'm not mistaken.
Captain, I believe that we weren't supposed to talk about that again.
Oops.
Folidar is intrigued. So you know
It's
where I'm
heavily
headed.
guarded. Folidar, the vault is heavily guarded. Don't try anything stupid. We learned the hard way. We're lucky we're not all in prison right now.
Have we not learned that I will somehow clutch out on transforming into people?
I mean, yeah, you are a shapeshifter. Hey, actually, now that I think about it, maybe we could rob the vault with you.
I don't know if that's such a good idea.
Depends on what's in the vault, Cutler.
Skipper,
Lots of knowledge and lots of riches.
Skipper, with all due respect, we don't want to cross Lord Neverember twice. Just that's probably a bad idea. I'm just saying.
Very, very fair.
Fine, I'll remiss myself. But that library sounds interesting.
Okay. So let's see. Waterdeep. There we are.
My fucking word, this is such a large-ass map. I did not realize how big Waterdeep was.
It is a
Man.
large area. It has a population right around 1,300,000 in the main city proper here, and about like at any given time, well, depending, but at any given time, and then outlying territories that still are considered Waterdeep, outside of the city, is up to 2 million.
Wow.
And you also can really count in some kind of tourism and really big mercantile pass through,
Absolutely,
like
yeah.
in many big cities or metropoles where a big chunk of the additional population on market day came from market traders, vendors, cutthroats.
I'm guessing during market day, Cutler has got into his fair share of trouble.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm totally have a good list of things to do in downtime if we have a little bit of time. Plus, we still have to set up some things for the ship, and that would technically require some time.
Yeah,
I
the
will agree on that front. I would rather like my room to have the proper ambience of a learned scholar.
let's see the
Yeah, and I need a dark place.
When I have to leave, that's when Cutler will go do the downtime stuff. Does that sound
yeah
good, Brian?
yeah that's fine. It would be easier if you were here, but I can have somebody else just kind of like roll for you or whatever, like that kind of thing too. So one of the downtime things that I was thinking of that Cutler might would like to do, he could possibly do with his own crew, and that is gambling.
I would say on top of that, I still do have control of the cutler sheet, I believe.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you'll notice this little green dot here on the map.
Yes.
That is that is Watenen's Hall. It is a guild hall. It is the Guild of Watermen. So Cutler is familiar somewhat with them. They don't. They kind of.
So the one
They
right
kind of-
next to the docks.
Yeah, this one
yeah.
right here. Yep. They
Okay.
kind of rub against each other the wrong way, so to speak. You know, like they don't like Cutler and Cutler don't like them, but
Cutler's an asshole.
but because of the amount of money that Cutler's crew pours into Waterdeep, they kind of look the other way a little bit here and there. And that's probably why you got stuck with such harsh fees too, because
They're like,
they
"Fuck
figured, well,
you."
hey, well, we can take some. We know these guys make money. We can take some from it, you know, like kind of thing. So, yeah. Basically, everywhere you see green is usually some sort of guild hall, like the green dots.
Oh God, there's a lot of guilds in this city. Holy crap!
The
Yeah.
pink dots the pink dots represent types of stores or businesses. The red dots are like feast halls, inns, taverns, that sort of thing.
And the white dots.
And the white dots just represent the street. So like this white dot here is Cedar Street. This dot here is
And
Spice
the
Street.
light blue and dark blue.
The light blue, the dark blue dots are warehouses. Sometimes houses of like mostly like warehouses, but like storage facilities, warehouses. Sometimes they're like guild houses, but they're like sort of a guild house storage house in one, like storehouse in one. The light blue dots are generally speaking city buildings.
And then yellow and orange is the other color I see.
Yep, and yellow is our temples usually.
Ah, God, this has a lot of religion in this place.
Orange is orange. Whenever you see a orange, there's lots of houses, but whenever you see an orange, it's a house of note. So.
So an important family.
Right. Somebody that people would know and would be considered somewhat important to the Waterdeep area, even though they might not be now, but they were at one time, and so the family name is known, that kind of thing. So like up here,
Okay.
this orange dot. Here, let me see. It's if you have to zoom out a little bit, but this orange dot right here,
Yeah.
is the Falconmere. And it's a noble house owned by the descendants of two families, the Tarms and the Falcons. And Falcons is Phaul. Enclosed has fabulous gardens, and the buildings are covered with moss and ivy. So like it's like a fancy noble villa.
Nice.
So yeah, that's basically I think. And then the green dots. Did I say the green dots already? Yeah, I did. Yeah. Green dots are
Man, you could get lost in this place.
Yeah, and so there's lots of lots of places. for anybody that has a good amount of money to lose or to spend, there are a plethora of shops, libraries. There are some lending libraries.
Could you
But-
make like a handout that lists what each color is, so that way we remember in the future?
Yeah, I will do that. I can do that. Oh, and there's also a gray
Okay,
dot. You'll notice there's a gray dot, and the gray dot is like a a boarding house, or
There's a boarding house all the way out in the ocean.
it could be. I don't think so,
Well-
but it could be.
There's one if you actually go to the bottom of the map in the water. There's a gray dot.
There is like a
Is there-
gray dot right there
It's a boarding ship.
I'm not.
in the
Oh, yeah.
midst of the water.
Oh, there
Boarding
is,
house?
isn't there? Okay, hold on. Let me see what that is.
Yeah, a floating ship hall.
Yes, you're not allowed to know what that is, but no, okay. So actually, what that is actually some underground caverns that have been flooded by seawater. And you would probably know about this, Cutler and Taylor. Kablooey would probably know this, But basically, it is said to hold like some vast treasure. It is also known as Umberlee's Cache. And
Do I know who Umberlee is?
Umberlee is the evil goddess of storms in the sea.
So in other words,
might be Cutler's deity. Who I don't know.
in other words, trying to loot that is a very bad idea.
Yeah. It's rumored to be guarded by sea wraiths that are trapped in there.
Jesus.
Yeah, and there is a place called Deepwater Beacon near there and it's basically an undersea lighthouse that prevents the sea wraiths from pouring into Waterdeep Harbor.
Okay then.
So yeah, learning all sorts of stuff about Waterdeep today.
Learning all stuff about D&D's Forgotten Realms in general.
Yeah, Waterdeep is the largest city in the Forgotten Realms, probably at least. Well, okay, I take that back. The largest city in the Western Heartlands. Or,
What would be the largest
on
city in the
Sword
Forgotten
Coast.
Realms in general?
It's probably in Zakara, which is kind of like the Forgotten Realms Arabian area, Middle East kind of thing. But it's actually south and east. But it's Zakara has this place called Hazuz, and it is probably. It probably isn't. It's probably not as large as Waterdeep, with scale wise, but it has about 3 million population.
It's packed.
Close,
Much
cramped,
denser.
cramped city quarters. Yeah, just like, market upon market, upon house kind of thing. Like stacked and cramped up against one another kind of thing. So much denser population.
Nice.
And they don't live outside the walls because outside the walls is fairly unlivable. most
Fair.
people don't anyway. Here, if you lived outside the walls of Waterdeep, you'd be fine. There's lots of there's water and game and all kinds of stuff around. Like foraging opportunities. Like there it's desert. So.
Sand on top of sand on top of sand.
Yeah, you can pick a tumbleweed or you can pick a tumbleweed. That's
That's what you call survival.
yeah. You need those good survival skills. One of the things though that you do know about is there is a Auroras. There are actually two, I think, in Waterdeep, but there is a it's a shop called Aurora's. Is it Aurora's Magic Shop? Aurora's Realms Shop. That's what it's called. And essentially, it is Aurora's Emporium. That's what it's called. Sorry, Aurora's Emporium.
Oh, that's so much better.
And
Oh.
and yeah, so it's Aurora's Emporium, and there's a catalog actually that some of you may have seen going around the realms every once in a while. They're kind of rare, but they list basically the kinds of things that she has at her emporium, and you do know that she can pretty much get anything.
Keep that in mind when I have more money.
I would like to visit Aurora's Emporium. Aurora Borealis.
Aurora's Emporium.
Oh yeah, 100%.
All
I'm
right.
totally in it. Yes, I
So,
still have.
were you wanting to
plenty of
do
money.
the library first?
Yes,
Okay.
that one's probably just gonna be cursory. They can't possibly have a book that I haven't owned.
All right. So let's do. I'm gonna do this here. I'm gonna put up a turn order. Go ahead and roll. Everybody. You know what? I need to put you on
Roll
the,
initiative.
Yeah, we need to put you on the map for it to work right,
I'm
though. I
not saying
think.
you got no tokens to click on.
Yeah.
Say less. I can do that. I'll put myself on the dock.
Okay. So you everybody put yourself by the dock, and then click on your token to roll initiative.
Watching the time slowly by.
How do you put yourself on the map?
You can just drag your name, click on your name, and drag it to the area. Here, I'll put you on the map.
Oh my
Daniel.
god, I'm so small.
There you go. Yeah, you all should be very small. So you're right next to the boat there, Daniel. And obviously, the size that you guys are on the map would not be the size that you guys are in actuality. You know,
Right.
it just kind of represents the general area where you are, because each of these squares, I think, is 15 feet, something like that. About 17.5 feet, I guess.
I have no idea where my token went, but I rolled a 21 something.
Yep, I see. You and
You're down
Car
here.
up here. Bloop.
Yeah.
There you go. I moved you.
Oh, gotcha.
Let me go ahead and then just initialize. Hold
Oh,
on.
there's the ship.
I know how this works. Click myself first and then initialize.
Yeah, the ship would probably actually be bigger, but
Wow,
let me go to the map layer real quick, because I think the ship.
it always astounds me how Cutler is the fastest of us in terms. Every time we do initiative for Cutler, it's always high.
I'm getting lucky.
It's just like the biggest person on the team, and he's just like full sprinting like a running back.
Hulk just.
It's funny because I came in second.
The two big guys got the fast.
Well, I rolled the 19, so I just came in. But yeah, I was just sitting there going like, wow. So just the bigger people are just the most athletic.
I'm in third, not second.
They're just fast because they move fast, because they got big, long legs. That's the.
Right.
To be fair, if we're talking athletic, I do have a +6 in that, and I believe raging, doesn't that give you advantage on
Right,
checks that use strength?
Yeah, for you, I think, just because when you're raging, you can lift double, I think, but I think you get advantage because of the giant path of the giant.
You have advantage on, nope, just rage in general. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Yep, yep.
So since athletics is a strength check, you'd have an advantage on it. While raging, that is.
Okay. So Cutler, are you going to do something? I know you have to leave at in 20
4:30.
minutes here. So
Yeah.
do
You want me to just roll the?
Do you want to do some?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to do some carousing type stuff, or some gambling,
Yeah.
or?
Yeah, definitely.
So you can do gambling or carousing. Either one of those things are possible to make some money, but gambling is going to be quicker. Or, Cutler, you could do pit fighting.
Ooh, yes. To pit fighting. Yes, yes, yes,
Pit fighting
yes,
to get some money to gamble.
yes. Exactly.
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
So what you're gonna do is here. Let me roll 2d10.
Okay.
8 plus 5. So this is gonna be your first time. You're gonna be 13 is gonna be your DC, and so
Okay.
what you're doing is your strength athletics check.
Okay.
Or
I would like to.
acrobatics if it's better, but
I
whatever.
would like to rage, so that way I have advantage on this.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and get rid of one use of my rage.
And you're going to make 3 checks.
And while he's
One,
like leaving to go get into
two,
pipe hitting,
3.
I'd just be like, "Hey man, have fun with your boorish actions."
Have fun with your boorish actions. Okay, so
I will. I enjoy beating the hell out of people.
all right, so
Nat 20 at the end there. Whoa.
Yeah, this will take place. This will take place over like several rounds, type of thing. But so you are con equal to your first one. So you have 3 successes. So during this is a whole day of fighting though. So this is like
That's fine.
a day's worth of fighting, but you'll win 200 gold pieces.
Sweet!
You just crack.
So wait, this is a day's worth of fighting, so I'd have to take a long rest before the next day?
Yeah. Well, you could do gambling still.
Yeah, let's just get the gambling out of the way while I'm still
Yeah,
here.
while you're here, okay. And then we'll jump to Fuladar momentarily. All right. Okay, so now it's going to be the same sort of thing, but it's going to be either your Wisdom Insight,
Okay.
your Charisma Deception,
Okay.
or your Charisma Intimidation.
Okay, so
And-
+3 on insight, +4 on...
Come on
Yep.
now, deception, easy choice.
And it's going to be a DC of 18 this time, though.
Ooh, this might be a harder one.
Ooh.
Intimidation's the highest one I got, so here goes nothing! Damn!
All right, you're going to roll three checks, remember.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Damn. Yeah, intimidation was fucked.
All right.
I'm going back to fighting next time. At least I can get advantage on that.
What we didn't discuss is how much you're going to bet. So you know what we can do is it's a minimum of 10.
Yeah, I'll do the minimum. I'm not trying to lose all that money.
So yeah. Yes. So yep. Let's see.
So for the pit fight, I don't need any money to enter. It's just a matter of walk in and earn money, huh?
So you lose all the money you bet, basically.
So I lose 10.
Yep.
So I'm at 190 instead of 200.
Well, somebody gave you 5 and then another 5 too. So. You
Oh
can
yes, so I'm actually at 200.
200. Yep.
Hey, broke even.
Pretty much.
All right. So.
How much do I still owe my crew?
Like
290.
yeah, like 290. Yeah.
Okay. So another day or two worth of pit fighting, and I probably have more than enough.
Yeah.
Well, and then we'd have to cover the 15 days.
You
travel.
also have to be careful about the pit fighting.
Oh fuck. Why?
Wait, that might represent a whole work week. Actually, the pit fighting for the
Yes.
the 200.
Oh, that would be what? Damn.
Yeah, I think it represents a whole work week. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Well, they just-
200 for the week, anyways. So, but
Okay.
the thing is so roll me a D100
Oh fuck.
and
where's the
hope
best
for
one?
higher than 10.
1 D100 roll. 76.
All right, you're good.
What was that for?
If you would have rolled under 10, some complications could have arisen.
Oh
Arose.
yay!
Ariz. That's a new word.
I mean, doesn't all the
Kind of
downtimes
riz.
have complications to them though?
Yeah. All of downtimes have a chance of complications. Well, most of them, anyways, I believe.
I mean, you never know who you're punching out here, you know? You can track anything.
Land up being the son of a noble who just wants to get into fighting, and I beat the piss out of him.
Right. All right. Let's go ahead and jump to Fuladar. We might not get a chance to get back to you before you have to leave, James. But
If that's the case, Fuladar, when you take care of my character, I just want to keep doing pit fighting. Make sure you rage, so I have advantage.
you
Well,
guys.
I think you're pit fighting for the week right now, so.
Yeah. So, and how much how long you guys might have to discuss how long you want to stay in town too. So,
Who knows?
That's
up to the party as a discussion.
all right. Fuladar, you are in the library with
Hold on.
Colonel
So,
Mustard.
so before I went to the library, I would like to go up to. Is it currently Tessa or Jessa right now?
Jessa,
What?
I believe, right? I don't think we've
Good
even
question.
seen Tessa.
Yeah, I haven't changed
All right.
yet.
I like to go up to Jessa. I like to make sure I'm correct politically. I would like to go up to Jessa and just be like, you wouldn't mind joining me at my library shopping extravaganza.
I wouldn't mind at all. Just we can't spend a lot of money.
Oh, I'm sure books are the most inexpensive thing we've spent money on thus far.
Actually, Brian, since I'm done and we're probably not going to make it back to me in time, do you mind if I just
Check
dip
out?
now to go ahead? Yeah.
Yeah, can hold on. Can you do me a favor though? Is there any way you can leave? No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we gotta shift
Leave your
cameras again.
leave your camera on. No, yeah, we'll have to shift cameras around, but
Sorry.
that's all good. It's all good.
I mean, what you could do is just delete the. Oh, yeah, because when I leave, it switches it. Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
It's all good.
If my girlfriend wasn't having mouth surgery Tuesday and wanted to hang out before she can't talk for like 3 or 4 days, I wouldn't be leaving. But
Yep.
yeah.
You're fine.
These things happen.
Yep. It's a pleasure hanging out with y'all. I look forward to getting to know you a little bit better. New guy. I didn't get your name. Daniel. I look forward to getting to hang out with you a little bit more. Welcome to the group. And peace, y'all.
Peace.
Have a good one.
Bye.
All right, let's see how bad this is gonna shift everybody. Okay, so Oliver's
Tremendously.
in the James spot, and
I'm still there. I'm still.
It's
right
actually
with
not
you.
too bad.
Yeah,
I
I thought it
didn't
was
shift
way
too bad.
worse.
That's not too bad, I guess. Still bad enough, but
Yeah.
all right, hang on one second. Let me get everybody in the correct positions.
Since I'm half in the Januka spot, does that make me half Goliath?
That's how it works, right?
Right.
Better question is, what is a half Goliath?
Just like a slightly
Do
taller
they
man.
call it do they call it a Goliath?
Or-
I don't know.
Are you Goliath half full or Goliath half empty?
Right. All right, Daniel. This over here. People can. I think people can see what I'm doing on stream.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Taylor, you are. Wow, you're in the bottom lower left here. Okay. Whoop. Don't want to make Daniel huge. There's my big forehead. There's Taylor. Look, surprise! It's Taylor. It's Taylor, everybody.
Like he's in the bottom, just.
All right, and wow, Stephanie's almost in the exact right spot.
Oh
Almost.
wow!
Oh, wait,
The
that's a
shift
different
was a
one.
minimum. For a moment there, Taylor, you were the DM.
Yeah,
Just for a second.
moment.
The power was almost mine.
You had infinite ability.
I have the power.
Rocks fall. Everyone dies.
Well, time to play as the weapon now.
The weapon. Oh
Rock
yeah,
death.
the weapon. I remember. That'd be interesting to throw him in there at some point. Just for,
I'm
just for
falling
the
in
heck
love
of
with
it.
Folidar, but God forbid something happens to Folidar. Oh, the weapon will just be a riot. Just a pure up vampire killer.
Is he gonna be like? Is the first thing he? Oh no, that's never mind. That was Whistler. I was gonna say, is the first thing he says is gonna be like, "Catch you fuckers at a bad time."
I'm just like, so what are you guys playing? Guild, huh?
All right.
I would put the shades on and everything. I would transform my in like real life look just to match the weapon.
Going full method.
Yeah, I will dress in all black from that point
We
forward.
have somebody in Wilder Beyond the Witchlight. One of our new players. He dresses up for the role, so that's kind of interesting.
That's
He's the
nice.
only one doing it, but it might be interesting to do that. And I also joined the Wilder Beyond the Witchlight as a player, so just so they'd have the extra player at least for the time being. All right, so
Second.
so library.
The interface. Check the interface.
What I do? What's going on?
We have slid to the left.
Whoa!
In your face.
What are you talking about?
The entire
Twitch.
the entire interface is now shifted over.
I don't know what you're saying by interface.
All the tokens have stayed in one spot.
Oh, I
and-
see. I see. What happened there? Okay, that was weird.
Ouch.
There we go.
My.
I don't know why that happened, but let's fix that.
Hey.
That was weird.
So I do want to just, tra la la all the way to, and Jessa figured me out immediately. I've gotten too predictable. She was just like, "Look, we're not going to spend that much money on books." I'm just like, darn
You're
it.
not gonna spend that much money on.
I thought getting in good with the treasurer would.
Out of my side.
And I was gonna say, I thought, getting in good with the treasurer would open up some finance for me here. But nonetheless, we trawl out to the library because I also want to go to the Emporium, which I feel will have what I'm looking for.
The Grand Library of Waterdeep is a shining beacon of knowledge and learning. It's a sight to behold. Knowledge from the mundane to the forbidden rests within its walls. The question is, what to do with all that knowledge? Will you use it to help your fellow man for selfish gain, or for the destruction of all? We hope you find what you're looking for, and please remember to be quiet for the other patrons.
Can you feel it, Jessa?
What?
Power. All around us.
Roll me some D100s.
How many are we talking?
How about just do like 3 at first?
Okay. And then I just continue to monologue as I do this. Like, Jessa, do you understand what we have here? We have infinite power. Tell me, do you know how to play a lute?
I don't. Actually, let me double check.
Well, that's something you can't do when you're fighting. But in a library, you could learn to do anything. You could learn to be anyone. Oh, knowledge is just so enthusiastic. I got a 100. That's incredible. And then shortly after rolling a 100, I rolled a 50.
For the 100 in the section near the front, you see what is called Fiends and Fortresses, the Fortress Master's Guide, a book on how to lead players through a story and gameplay in the popular role-playing game Fiends and Fortresses.
Oh man, it's this is 3.5. I can't use this. And I just toss it aside.
You don't want to become a fortress master?
Like, I was like, oh, this is the 3rd edition.
Yes, popular role-playing game where players roll dice to fight fantastical creatures and adventure through fortresses while someone designated a fortress master tells the story.
So I just pass on that. I have like no interest. Just like toss it aside. Who would ever?
Who would play this kind of game? Half human, half horse, all man. A defense of carnal relationships with beast races.
Mm-hmm.
Should I put that in the...
And once I get, I'm just like, 13th revision. Useless. Toss it aside.
Alright, and Population Dynamics of Cryptosaurs, a treatise on the ever-evolving age structures of dragons by region and plane.
Now this one's interesting. I don't recall having this in the library. What? Wait, hold on.
So...
someone signed it on the inside. Oh, I don't like sloppy seconds. Just put that back in there. Just like shove it into the library.
So very quickly, as you're looking around, Jessa, did you want to look for a couple books too, or are you just kind of there with Fulidar?
I'm there keeping an eye on.
Okay, all right.
There.
So Fulidar, quickly you realize that that where you're looking is not where you want to be looking.
No, absolutely not. It's really dull. Where are the exciting books? I found more dangerous and more knowledgeable things in an abandoned boat with 2 weird druids.
One of the librarian acolytes comes up and the sages and says, "What kind of books are you looking for, sir?"
A fellow sage, an aristocrat, a scholar. Hello, my name is Fulidar Downthorn, heir to the Downthorn family library, deep in Stonebridge. I've come to find something a little more interesting than these plain soliloquies I've been going through.
He says, "Well, we have everything here at the Grand Library. We have everything from the mundane to the magical. Perhaps what you're looking for is an interesting book, or are you looking for something specifically more?" He looks around, sees that there's nobody else around but you and Jessa, and says, "More powerful?"
I'm listening.
He says, "Well, we do have a section on wizarding treaties, but we also have a banned books section."
And books. Of course, that's what my library needs. And then I kind of realize I'm being a little out. If you wouldn't mind, I would like to take a look at your band selection.
He takes you down through some hallways. He says, "Yeah, this way," and takes you down through some hallways, and finally down some stairs into what appears to be like some catacombs. And then when you get down into these catacombs, it's like just still like shelves upon shelves of misbegotten lore all over the walls, and uh, 2 stories high in the catacombs. Like
I'm getting chills, Jessa, and it's not just from the moisture in this place.
roll yourself.
No surprise there.
Wait, roll yourself. Now remember that these will. He says. Now remember, these are rarer books, and they are mostly banned. He says, I don't recommend them for the novice. He says, but you seem very well read. They will cost you in order to partake in leaving with them.
Money is no object.
So he says, very well. And he says, I will leave you to it then. I have to go and be noticed. And he heads
yes,
back up the
yes.
stairs.
Hurry along. And by the way, may I just say, your face, impeccable.
He says, oh, yes, thank you. Yours as well, I guess?
Thank you. I put a lot of work into it. And then he just like scurries off.
Put a lot of work into it, dang. Oh, gosh. Okay. So roll me, roll me 3d4.
You want me to do that too?
Sure.
Jessa's gonna have just better luck on me in the roll, I feel like. Oh,
All right.
dubs.
So you find several interesting books. Go ahead and you can either roll me some D100s, or I can generate random.
I already rolled the D100s.
Okay.
I am ready. This is, I'm sorry. I know like every time I ever get interested in anything, it turns into book simulator.
Books. That's fine. The bookshop. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So 97. Do you want to roll random, or do you want me to randomly generate them, Jessa?
Whichever is easier.
Okay. So, the Infinite Diary, a mysterious diary that never runs out of blank pages. It also compels its owner to write everything they do each day of their life from the day they come across the book up until their very last moments.
Can't compel me to do something I already do.
Right.
Okay, so this one's pretty interesting. I wish I could test it, but I'm sure that Muckamuck will have a fit.
There
I'll
is
just
there
take
is
this
more
aside.
there is more to it. As you look at it, you notice that there are tons of entries already of the identities of the people whose lives are recorded in there.
Do you want it, Foldor?
I can't say I'm not interested. Call this one a solid maybe.
There are 6 other lifetimes recorded in there.
Oh, that's so great. Foldar's just like sitting there with pure intrigue on his face. But I have to investigate the other books. No book is different than the other. They are all treated equally.
All right. So number 9. Okay. Wait. Let me do 28 first because it's on the way. The Trials of the Forsaken by Bertram Wandles. This unique, ornate, and gilded tome, bound in some sort of tanned and scraped hide, begins as a treatise on the depredations of the criminals known as the Forsaken. The author writes the heavily researched stories. It becomes, or as the author writes the heavily researched stories, it becomes clear that with each new revelation described within, the author's madness and envy of the Forsaken grows. Quickly, the documentary writing shifts into more of a manual of praise and worship, detailing the dark rites and the path of the Forsaken walked.
You've read one Forsaken documentary. You read them all.
At the conclusion of the book, skipping ahead, you reveal that the binding of the book is none other than the flayed skin of Bertram Wandles himself, and the book radiates sort of a evil insidiousness about it.
Grotesque. I just kind of throw it aside. Yeah. It's just like evil seeping from it, like very radiant, and I'm just like, ugh, gross.
Yeah, it feels icky to you.
Where's the knowledge there? Where's the knowledge of evil?
All right, and
all right.
last for you, we get well, not last for you actually. Cooking with Grandma. This seemingly pleasant-sounding book is actually a book written by hags and goes into great detail explaining how the flesh and bones of older humans can be used to make delicious food.
Delicious food's not really potions.
The hags always knew how to best prepare a meal. I'll give them that. This is man, I can't see myself getting a lot of flavor out of Grandma.
And Jessa, did you decide you want me to randomize them?
Sure.
Okay, so 7. So the Fall of Revelation, bound in the skin of the author, has a meal, an angel. It describes the angel's fall from the celestial realm because it used prophecy to try and sort out which humans could be killed to prevent evil from occurring. It's essentially an angelic minority report, you know.
It really minority reported. Wow, that book is interesting. Made from its from its author's skin.
Yep.
Well,
Knowledge of Oblivion. Written by Studan Bloodcall, the book is a manifesto detailing how one should embrace the teachings of being known as Hoidin Cha, the opaque certainty. Those that have followed this book's teachings are known to have committed suicide shortly thereafter.
Intriguing book.
Let's see here. The Howling. Bound in the skin of a deer, the yellow parchment pages contain page upon page of a handwritten, unintelligible script. The book is said to have been in the possession of a Wendigo. It says position, but it meant possession. For several decades before coming to rest in Black Cloak Restorative Manor for the mentally infirm. The only legible content within the book is a series of signatures on the back page, believed to have been former owners of the volume. To date, every owner of the book has either died of starvation, regardless of financial means or physical health, or has descended into the depths of animal savagery and cannibalism. Some anecdotal records at Black Oak, sorry, not Black Cloak, Black Oak, from patient interviews suggest the book contains the last rational thoughts of all its previous owners. However, as these testimonies come from individuals who would go on to own the volume themselves or succumb to the harsh nature of their treatments, they are discredited among learned individuals.
Why does Jessa just get all the most metal books? I
kind of feel like this is right up Jessa's alley.
I got a cookbook, and she has a book written by an angel wrapped in his skin. A book of Oblivion that's just like a massive cause of suicide, and then a book that's not even legible, and it's just darkness.
Yeah. All right. All right, let's jump on. We'll come back to you guys.
Yeah.
What do we want to do? What does Januka want to do while she's at the town? Anything specific?
Well, the first thing she wants to do is go to the magic shop.
Aurora's Emporium.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay. Are you looking for anything in specific?
Um, any items that I could use to bolster my armor class or raise my strength.
Any items that you could use to bolster armor class or raise your strength?
Oh, I hope you got money.
You know, Januka's addition immediately shows exactly how how differently I am playing this game, where I'm just looking for books that are interesting. And Januka immediately was like, I need to know what will aid me. If we go to battle, she'll have magical armor. And I'll just be like, I have a book on cooking old women.
I'd be like,
is
"In here, I can
is
do something."
is Jessa strangely jealous that you've got the book on cooking old?
Well, considering the other ones like required my death.
as dark as the other ones are, she's like, well, I would like that one too. But
I do like that I'm finding these somewhat interesting books in this forbidden area, and she's
Goodness.
finding books that have driven people to madness. Just like, you find anything, Jessa? No, nothing interesting.
This one says I'll either starve or become a cannibal.
Right. I get to read the 6 experiences from 6 other people that probably did nothing with their lives. Just day after day.
Okay. The person at the shop says, well, there are some things we have here, but how much are you willing to spend? Magic isn't cheap, you know.
Well, right now I'm just pricing things to know how much I might need because currently, being that I just joined the party, I currently only have 100 with me.
Ah, okay then. That does make sense. And it he says, well, we have a ring of protection. He says, if that's what the sort of thing you're looking for.
Oh, also, I might have a magic item that I might be able to trade.
Oh, well, that does make a difference. We could definitely take that in consideration.
I pull out the rail splitter axe.
Oh, rail splitter. He says, oh, those are actually quite handy. Uh, I think I could give you about 1,000 in trade for that. If you would like, I could allow you to take the this ring of protection as an even trade.
Well, I'll think about it. Is there anything else that might be of interest?
Perhaps some armor.
Armor would be nice.
So, what kind of armor are you looking for?
I wear plate
Ah, he says yes. So,
as a paladin would.
says yes. Well, we do have some plate armor. We could probably get something to you for right around right around 3,000 gold. Taylor's making me jealous over there now.
Sorry.
It's okay. I should have brought my own. No, it's joking. Now I know what I'm getting for dinner later. It's inspired me. He says we could probably give you a suit of plate that was magical that for about 3,000 gold.
Hmm. No, I think for now, I think the ring trade for the
The rail
axe.
splitter. Okay.
Yes.
So we will give you a ring of protection +1. Do you know how to do that on your sheet?
Not quite, no.
Okay, so I will put that on your sheet real quick. we'll we'll move on to Taylor real quick. Let me put the ring of protection. Oh wait, we gotta pull up Daniel's sheet. Where's Januka? Okay. Janukna. Janukna? Alright.
Yeah, Januka.
Okay. Guess I gotta type it all out. Ring of Prot. Ring of Prot. Bloop. There we go. Just drop it on your sheet there. It should bump your armor class. Yep, it's bumped your armor class, as well as it will increase all your saving throws by 1.
Sounds like a good trade.
Yep. It's a good deal.
And the rest of the party thought that this would be a useless axe.
Yeah, mostly. I mean, it's very utility heavy.
Right,
But
but I mean,
you could see how, like, let's say like a lumberer would pay top gold for something like that. Just fell swooping trees in one shot all day long. He's going to be
yep,
rich. He's going to be rich once he pays his 1,000 gold or 1,500 gold because there's a markup.
there's a markup. Yeah. So the only other thing that I need before I leave is something to write scrolls with.
Ah, okay. So
Magical.
okay, so we can get you ink. Um, and yeah, ink and quill and some scrolls. So you're saying?
Yeah, well, I want to be able to make some spell scrolls.
Yeah. So ink and quill and scrolls is all it takes to make spell scrolls.
Okay.
So that's a total of, hold on, 10. Where is it? Where is it? Of course, it just wants to tell me that. Oh, I'm looking up the wrong thing. This one. So it's 1 silver piece per sheet of parchment, basically, and it's 10 gold pieces for the ink, and they'll throw in a quill for free.
Okay. So I'll give her 20 gold then.
All right, 20 gold. So you're getting 20 gold is 200 silver. So you get a bunch of sheets.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're getting basically about what a 100 and wait 1 silver 20 gold is 200 silver, so minus 10 gold, so it'd be 10. So you're getting 100 sheets.
Okay.
100
That's
sheets
good.
of parchment. Do you need me to add that to your sheet too, or can you do that? Yeah, we got Parch Mountain. Anyway, all right. So yeah. So okay. So Ka, what would you
Yeah.
be doing during this time?
I think since I'm back home, I think I'd like to visit one of the local temples.
One of the local temples.
As a cleric, I think that's a good thing to do.
I'm not saying I'm not spoiling. Hopefully, when I say this, but how great would it be if Carl ran into Ranchivus? Just accidentally when no one else around.
So one of the things that you could do at when you get to the temple, do you have a deity?
I do. I don't think they have a crazy big presence here.
Is it a kobold deity?
It's dragon deity. It's Bahamut.
Oh, Bahamut. Okay, yeah. You know what? I don't know. I don't. I don't know that
pulled up
Waterdeep doesn't have a.
The temples on Wiki. I would assume, since they don't have a crazy big presence, that it'd be like at one of the interdenominational temples, but that's kind of far away.
Okay, there is rumors you have heard, since this is your home, and you would probably know about it, and maybe you would know. And just because you do worship Bahamut, it is rumored that there is a temple of Bahamut lying near the top of Mount Waterdeep.
Okay.
It
I mean,
is.
that's
It is.
a bit of a hike.
Is your god not worth it?
Oh wait, no, that's a bit of a hike. Yeah. So, actually, you know what? That's not necessarily. No, I'm looking. I'm lying. That's a different thing. Okay. Spire of the Morning. Yeah. Okay. No, it's not a temple of Bahamut. Sorry, I lied.
I guess anywhere just nearby would be good. I see. I know Fallon has pledged fealty to Saloon, and I know they have a pretty good presence around here.
Right. There are some. There are a couple like shrines that you notice that would be, and there are some temples that are like Bahamut friendly, knowing that he's a goodly god, so to speak, goodly deity. Um, and when you get there, they offer that, if when they talk to you, they're welcome to the house of said deity, like that. Welcome to the house of Joaquin. What brings you here for today?
Just I feel like I've been doing a lot of adventuring. I always thought it'd be really fun, but it's a lot more morally gray than I was expecting. I just want to do some good deeds.
Ah, well, I understand your quandary. What are you capable of? Are you a priest?
I am.
He says, well, we could certainly use your help then. Would you be willing to perform some services for people?
I would love to.
All right, so
I would love to help in any way I can.
make us. So what you're going to do is you're going to use religion or persuasion.
Ooh. Okay. See here.
And the total of the check will determine some things, but basically you are going to be paid, and it's up to you whether you want to be paid or not. You can do it voluntarily, like completely voluntarily, or for your volunteer service, they will give you a stipend of like 10 gold.
I feel like taking gold in exchange for this would be.
Yeah, like for a few days worth of services or whatever.
For now, I think I'll pass on that. I just want to raise my good karma,
I love Cormyr so much. Holy crap! I would never. That's just such. Oh my god. Can I give him my inspiration?
Yeah, you can give him inspiration, sure, yeah.
Yeah, can I just give Kablooey my inspiration?
If he doesn't have any inspiration, give Kablooey inspiration if he doesn't have any. And you rolled an 8, so you might want to roll that inspiration now.
Yeah, that's a crit failure.
Okay, I'll use it.
Yeah, here, let me just uninspire myself.
D6.
Really
it's a D6. No, you're giving. You don't lose your inspiration. You're just giving him an inspiration. I don't know if you
Oh,
remember the rules of giving out. You can give out one inspiration per session. Any more than that, I get an inspiration also.
Okay, so
Take it.
I'll add a d6 to it.
You can only have one at a time, but mine are cumulative.
Oh yeah, I remember that rule. Oh
Remember that?
god,
Remember
yeah.
that rule? Yeah. Okay, so D6 of 5. Okay, so 8 and 5 is
13.
13.
I just can't help. Like Kablooey comes into a church, kind of laments and confesses that he's just like the moral greatness is starting to get to
So
me.
you spend the day, like performing small ceremonies, bandaging people, helping to heal the sick or wounded. Uh, for those that either can't afford it or some that can. It makes you feel more in touch with your deity for sure. Um, do I have piety on your sheet?
You do.
Add yourself a point of piety.
Yeah.
Um, and you might actually get something out of that now too. Let me look. I don't know. Are you up to 3 piety or no?
That's 2.
Two.
2 for
Okay.
me now.
2 now. Okay. That's fine. And you also, at the end of the day, when everything is all said and done, the priest that had approached you at first comes to you and says, "You have done an amazing work here. Uh, we would love to have you back to help out anytime. It's taken a great strain off of me as well as my acolytes, and and I would like to grant you a favor."
Oh,
And so you have one favor granted.
favor.
The one favor granted by the Temple of Joaquin. Not
Honestly,
granted.
I was just doing it to get this weight off my chest, and honestly, I feel a lot better. I would love to come back and help for as long as I'm in town.
He says, "Well, you will definitely do that, and any time you wish to call in this favor, just feel free and tell them Oravan from the Temple of Joaquin has sent you, and they will I'm sure uphold this favor."
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So basically, the favor doesn't have to be expended like right away. You can expend it or whatever. Um, what's your charisma modifier?
My charisma modifier is +5.
Okay, so you could actually hold up to 5 favors.
Ooh, okay.
The favor can be asked to be expended to the temple for help in dealing with specific problems, for general political or social support, or to reduce the cost of cleric spellcasting by half.
That's
So,
good. That's big.
in the case of somebody needing to be raised from the dead, you would reduce that by half, or resurrected worse, which is 1,000 gold, I think, or something like that. So yeah. So the favor could also take form of a deity's intervention, such as a good omen, a vision, or a minor miracle provided at a key moment.
All right. I'll have to look into Joaquin and see what they're all about.
Your selfless, your selfless devotion to helping the needy was what is spurned on this great favor.
Excellent.
All right, Jessa, you are with Folidar. I got everybody else right. Oh no, Oliver. No, let's go to Oliver real quick.
If Jessa wants to
No,
leave,
Jess is first. Jess
I'm
was
gonna say
first.
if Jessa
Oh.
wants to leave, by all means, she can.
Okay, Jessa, do you want to go somewhere else and do something else while you're, kind of keeping an eye on Folidar, or is there
I
something
will
else
follow
you wanna,
her too. I will drop
someplace else you
everything.
want to look at in the library, perhaps? I do feel bad about this, because I kind of feel like I know Jess, and I feel like this is going to result in a 5-finger discount. Maybe not, but maybe I'm calling that wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But
No,
Yeah.
you were actually right on.
Yeah, I was like, not,
okay,
hey,
okay.
This
it's
is
not the
So
why I
way you
needed
play.
more
Um,
pen.
well,
so
none of the books that I found I want.
right.
So,
So I would figure that if you're going to do this at the library, if you were going to do anything along those lines, it would be um, more likely to be a like a magical book.
yeah. Can I do that? Can I steal a magical book?
Yeah, you can definitely make it give it a shot.
Wait,
1 second.
just a random one, or do I get to pick what magic book?
Uh, if you have an idea of what you're looking for, then you could give me an idea.
Uh, no, let's keep it random.
Keep it random. Oop, there we go. All right, so go ahead and give me that D100 roll. Now, explain to me how you're going to do this. Are you just going to here? Let me do it. Roll. Actually, just let me do. I'll roll the D3. Well, roll on D3. We'll say you're going to be able to grab up to 3 books. So 2. You're going to be able to grab 2 books. So roll another D100.
I'm very curious as to how I'm going to help
And I'm
weasel our way
assuming
out
that
of
you're
this.
kind of going to make these books sort of disappear or whatever. Put it into your pouch or robes or whatever. Your clothing somewhere, and going to kind of leave that area at least to. Are you going to leave the whole library or are you just going to leave that area?
Yeah, I'll just head out of the library. Full door, you're on your own.
Okay.
Ah, yes, go right ahead. You're not going to give me any money anyway. Does she really just walk out of the library like with
You
no?
want a sleight of hand?
Okay. The first one you get is the collected scrolls of the chapter of susurrations. It's a book on snake magic,
Snake bitch.
and you.
Jess, oh wait, quick question. Sorry to interrupt. Jess, are the zombies following us?
Yeah, I have
Yeah, I
some
forgot
daggers.
they would be following you too. That's right.
I
And
just
this
walked
guy
zombies.
All right, and the other one was 39. So 39 is Philinda's Tricks and Traps. This is perfect for Jessa. A
Oh,
book
yeah.
of magic a book of magic tricks and camouflage tips.
Perfect.
She's gonna have like an undead army at this
Um,
point, or, like and snakes.
I
and
will
stuff.
I will I will assume that you're going to read these at some point, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we'll just say that you once you got out of the way of the library, you've started to read these, and as for reading them, the Felinda's Tricks and Traps. As a bonus, you learn a series of glamours that let you change shape to appear as a mimic, a roper,
Wolf.
or
A mimic?
those stalactite assholes who drop from the ceiling. Appear, sir.
Whoa.
It doesn't make you any better at combat, though. But
Imagine being able to shapeshift. Am I right?
yes. But you can already shapeshift, right? But you can't shapeshift into anything non-humanoid yet, right? Can you?
That's fair.
Correct.
Not yet.
Okay. And then the other one allows you to speak with snakes.
You have parcel tongue.
What was that, 10? 10, 10.
I like how effortlessly Jessa has just walked out of here with two of what could have been the most interesting books in the library,
All right.
and I'm still struggling to find one.
Well,
And then
you've got 6 more books coming still to full of art. But all right, so Jessica, Jessa, we're gonna hop off of you, and that just sounded terrible. But we're gonna go jump to Fallon.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Fallon, what are you
Uh,
gonna do in this area?
Probably if we got a week meantime, he's is setting up his base camp, for so to speak. He's just commandeering as much of the hold of the ship as possible, or as he allowed to, and then probably even in the first day or the probably a few hours after that, he's going to hire 2 carpenters and 1 apprentice for the next week. Uh, so they can set up living quarters. Depending on how much space we get from the hold. 1/3 would be nice, I think, and this kind of ship would be 1/3 of the hold a good place to start. Um, because we need accommodation, suitable accommodation for us all. With some space to hide certain things that are probably not to see all the time, like
Okay.
shambling mounds of dead flesh. And so
So I'm
Calvin is
hold on, I'm a
planning.
little confused. What are you doing with this third of the
Oh,
cargo hold?
oh, he's renovating. He's hiring carpenters, getting some building materials for probably 100 or 150 gold.
Okay.
Um, but he's just setting it up so it's the carpenters and they had a ship carpenter so they can work it together. Uh,
Right.
but he's hiring the extra carpenters and the building materials. And in the other time, because he has to be on the deck for the daytime to
Right.
keep up with the periods. And in the nighttime, he's I think good way to good city for a little bit of gathering information,
Okay. So
a
what
little
what are
bit
you
of
building
making
in the what
contact.
are you building in the cargo hold?
I think he's just like doing some
Uh,
active
Like
redecorating.
a
some rooms for us,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
for
Okay, that's
Jess and
what.
Tessa,
Well, you threw
for
me with the
Fallon.
shambling mound thing. I'm like, are you building a menagerie in the cargo hold? It's like,
Yeah, the undeads also needs to have some space near
right. The undead.
Tessa,
Yep. So
Jessa.
some compartments for the undead.
Some zombie stables.
Zombie
And
stables. Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, and our
Okay.
rooms too,
Okay. All right.
with
Sick.
probably like with a little bit of a library attachment for Volodar.
Nice. Nice. Okay.
Wow, he's
I'm assuming the pony's coming with us too.
taking us
I
all
can't
in.
even give any more inspiration.
Well, unless we want to pull the cart by hand, then
Yeah. The cart will sit in the cargo hold. It's plenty big.
So and since he's an elf, he just have to meditate for 4 hours in the morning.
Right.
So he's meditating before the oh no, he is meditating in the middle of the day. So he has to uh, get in the shades and something like that. And in the rest of the morning, he's looking at the looking for the carpenters, showing them how we, that's what we need. We need a room for this for Tessa probably with a workbench and one with an attachment for like a library and reading table.
Right.
Captain has his captain's room, so he doesn't need one. But Kablooey, does he has a room here?
Right.
Although I would
Good
inquire,
question.
would ask, would inquire him if he has a room. We could set up a little bit of a shrine, a
That's a
spiritual place.
good question.
Um, it would be still needing a good view to the stars, which would be
Right.
nice. But it would be hard on the in the bottom of the ship. Um,
All right. And
so
then at nighttime you were going to go out and do something too.
oh yeah, he's telling everyone he's doing the good deeds for the for his lady, and yeah, he's making contacts, getting the normally how do you call it?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Are you what you would consider putting your guys' names out there enough um, to create renown, so to speak?
Yeah, he's that's like socializing and giving out a little bit of small parties for middle class people to get the ball rolling,
Okay,
to
nice. Okay.
get our the bitch in every month's mouth. So if we have the opportunity to do something, we have a little bit of contacts in the finding. And I still can probably use my criminal network for a little bit of extra oomph.
Okay, all right.
And that would be all just in nighttime to maintain the appearance.
Right, and how long do you think you would spend uh, sort of doing this? Like, how many days, I should say?
Work week
A work week? Okay.
with find rings, food, like
You know,
Japanese business people trying to get a deal.
Okay, yeah, you spend basically a 10 day, which is the work week. Like the well, it's actually about 7 days is the work week, but yeah. So
Uh,
so yeah, you spend
how does
what's that?
100 gold pieces for the workday as a suspension for food, drinks, presents for people?
Sure. So let's see. Yeah, and you would actually also get uh, what looks to be you would gain a renown also, one renown for everybody. I don't know if there's a way to put that on the sheet anywhere, but put that on like your in your notes perhaps.
All right.
one renown. Man, I love art and character. Everyone's character, like everyone's character, is just doing
So
whatever they think.
Is that specific to Waterdeep?
uh, currently yes,
Yeah.
or the Waterdeep area at least.
So one renown, two worthy.
Yep, one renown.
Perfect.
All right, and all right, and then so let's jump back to Cutler's going to be pretty taken care of with pit fighting. So we will do that real quick. He said he wanted to do
All right.
pit fighting.
Okie doke. So we're gonna get back to it. It's at advantage, he said.
Yep, it'll be an advantage. It'll be
He
athletics.
gets mad about it.
Say less.
Roll
3 times.
2d10. Yep, you're gonna roll. You're gonna roll three athletics checks, and your your difficulty is gonna be higher because obviously you've sparked some curiosity. Cutler sparked some curiosity in the fighting pits, and so now more hardy challengers have arrived, and so your DC is gonna be 16.
So first the 2d10. Is that what I'm doing first?
No, you're just gonna do your athletics check 3 times
At advantage.
at advantage.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go. 25, 24, 25. That'll work. So that's 3 successes, which
Oops, I rolled it
is
4 times.
which is another 200 gold.
Ah!
And is this?
Who else wants some?
Are we on week 2 here?
Yeah, and that's week 2. And then the other thing is you need to roll a d100 and hope for over 20. Like
What are the
21,
chances?
21 and over. Oh my god! Oh my god!
You did it.
Dang, that was close as heck.
I didn't want to be the one to have to tell her, like, I'm sorry. You got like a disease.
I mean,
I'm
it's not
sorry.
like it would have necessarily been a killer thing, but still, you avoided a complication by 1.
Like, he comes back, like, hey, Cutler's got one arm now. Don't ask how.
Right.
All All right, Full go ahead and make us.
Give me a second. I gotta update his money count real
Yep, yep.
quick. There we go. I'm
He'll be
not
able to pay
gambling.
at this rate. He'll be able to pay back his crew in 3 weeks or
He
whatever.
really just went and boxed himself up the money for his crew. That's a
Right.
loyal captain.
Yeah,
Pray they don't betray him.
yeah. Pit fighting is always to essentially to like first blood, or half health kind of thing, like and
So what am I rolling here?
so for Folidar, you're gonna roll three more. Sorry, no, you're gonna roll. Technically, you're gonna roll 6 more D100. You won't have enough for all of these, but
That's fine.
uh,
I'm getting out of here after this. I will. It will.
okay.
Oh, I got the same book twice.
Okay. This is a second copy of it. So the first book is called the Codex Contigatiae. It is a collection of works on protective spells. And you do know that it will benefit you in some way if you read it.
Okay, well, I'm definitely going to hold on to that one along with the Infinite Diaries.
And that will cost 100 gold pieces to take out.
I'm definitely going to, and I'm going to think back to Jessa.
Try to swipe one
I'm
yourself.
gonna have a huge WWJD moment here.
What would Jessa do?
Yeah, but I'm going to hold off on thievery for now. But I'm gonna hold on to the book.
Okay, the second one that you find an extra copy of is the Cyclopedia Golemica. It is a book on the manufacture of golems.
Now I'm sitting here going like, this is something Jessa would do.
Yeah. Okay.
How much is this book?
That is 1,000.
God, 1,000 silver?
Actually, yes. No, I take that back. That's only 50 gold.
Okay. That's what I don't know.
So
I'm not walking out of here alive.
So let's see, 41. 41 is a book called Petra Alchemistica. It's a book on the Philosopher's Stone.
Oh, god dang it. How much?
It is. We'll say it's 10 gold.
Because it's actually a Harry Potter book.
It'll pay for itself quickly. But it's 10 gold. Oh Lord.
Okay. I want to just remind everyone, I have currently in my possession 3 gold total.
You can borrow some back from
Just take
Cutler.
them run.
Good.
Oh my
It was
god.
never about paying, it was always about acquiring.
Alright, so
Okay.
You're reading it in the library, trying to memorize
I'm
it.
just like, Philosopher's Stone, Philosopher's Stone.
yeah.
Person.
Yeah, you could theoretically read one of these in the library in a day.
I might, because I'm sitting here going like, God dang it, I can't negotiate my way out of any of these
Okay,
books.
the next one though is called Lilander's Entropia, a book of death and entropic magic. And you do know, like all these things, you do know that they will give you some sort of benefit.
Can I do like a history check to see if
And
I've already owned one of these books?
this book is it's probably worth about 1,000 gold.
Can I do like a history check to see if I already own the book or something?
You don't own you don't own these books.
Dang it. Just to be like, I already have this. Oh man, no, I'm definitely not getting death magic out of here today.
And then 34, the 34 is the Exorcist's Cookbook,
Of course, it's
a
another
book,
book.
a book on fighting demonic possession.
Wait, what?
It's just called the Exorcist's Cookbook, but it's a book on fighting demonic possession.
How much?
Just go.
This one's only 50 gold.
Only
Only 50 gold when you got three.
have 3 gold. All right. I take. How much was the Infinite Diary?
The Infinite Diary, you could get away with that for like, you know, probably 5 silver.
I'm gonna barter steal because it's used.
All right.
But I want to read through. Which one was it? It was the.
The Galameca or the
What,
Landers
what
and
was
Tropia.
what was the Galamica again? You
Book
said it
on
was going to be
a
very
book
helpful.
on making golems. It doesn't
No,
actually
no,
teach you how to make golems, but it teaches you about their
no,
creation.
no, no, the one before that one.
Um, hold on, 36. That
There's the
was
spells of protection.
Yeah, the spell of protection, was that it?
yeah,
Yeah.
the works of protective spells. Yeah, that's Codex Contigaceae.
I'm just gonna sit here and read that one.
Okay.
I like to think I come to the library the entire week just to come read books.
Okay, you now can cast 1 protection spell per day as a reaction.
Nice.
You also will gain advantage to dispelling 1 protective spell you know. So it's going to be you pick that spell though.
Okay.
So you pick 1 spell and 1 time a day, and you don't get to ever change that spell. So think about it or whatever for a while.
Yeah.
But you don't ever get to change that spell. It'll always be that spell. But you also can possibly dispel that spell with advantage.
Okay, and then I would go and purchase the Infinite Diaries, but I'm gonna like haggle a bit. So I'm
All
just
right.
gonna start off the conversation and be like, I was quite interested in this one. And just go like waving it in his face.
He says, "Well, yes, I believe it's 5 silver for that."
Now, my good sir, do you take me for a fool? Clearly, the book's already half used.
He says, "Yes, but the book it has infinite pages."
What good does that do when half of them are already taken?
But you make an interesting point. But half.
What am I supposed to flip through infinitely for a
Let's see.
blank
Let's
page?
see. Let me see here. Let me look up. Let me look up a sage if we got a sage here. Yeah, sage, master
Yeah,
sage.
this is gonna be tricky. I'm trying to outstage a sage.
It's a grand library, so we think he might be a master sage probably. So let's throw the master sage on the
This
map
is about to
here.
get real philosophical.
Infinite pages. Does the book get bigger or do the pages get thinner?
He's
Yeah.
not accounting for the amount of dragging around I have to do for this thing.
I have to have him make an intelligence check here momentarily once his stuff loads. If it loads, come on, roll 20. You can do it.
His intelligence
You can
versus
do
my
it.
persuasion.
Okay, so Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation. Let's see. We will say this one's an Insight check more so than an Intelligence check because he's kind of maybe a little bit baffled by what you're saying.
That is like my number one strategy.
He still gets 22, so he still says yes, but half of infinity it's still infinity.
So the whole book's taken.
Just is like there's no arguing with you, sage folk, and I just give him 5 silver.
Okay.
Like I just go like, God dang it.
You could make a charisma check if you would.
I
like.
will actually. You know what?
Like
I'm gonna roll for persuasion here.
yeah, and try to persuade
This is
him
my
because-
bread and butter. Let's see how this goes for me.
Because his persuasion or his charisma might not be as good.
14.
14 contested by 4.
Four.
He is willing to reduce the price um, by how much? How much is You said it was 5 silver,
It's
right?
5 silver. Yeah, I have
All right. We'll
exactly on
just
my
do this.
person 5 silver and 3 gold.
All right.
So
He is willing to reduce the price for by 3 because you seem so charming and you seem like you're he can tell that you're an avid reader and he appreciates an avid reader when he sees one.
So
you,
you
my sir, have not only earned the sale, but also a friend. And I do like a handshake,
He
real
says,
solid.
well, I can tell you're a gentleman and a scholar.
You. And then I tuck it away. And then I just like inquire one more book, but I don't intend to buy it. I just go like, so I was actually looking into a book not too long ago, a book on death and and I just kind of whisper it because again, it's supposed to be
Yeah,
banned.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
A book on death and entropic magic.
He says, yes, that's not one of our banned books. It is a magical book indeed. He says, yes, if you read that book, you you it helps bolster yourself against the forces of death.
Such a book to be standing in a grand library unpurchased. Surely it would have better value being read to the public.
He says, this is true, but he says, once you read from it, it is gone. That is why the hefty price.
Oh, truly, a book that disappears is no value to me at all.
He says,
Unfortunate. And then I just kind of like toss it aside,
okay.
like onto like I toss it onto the chest, like
So you would
counter.
basically if you were to read the book, you gain resistance to necrotic
Thank,
damage.
I would say, thank God I didn't read the book in the library.
Yeah.
It would have
And
just
it
vanished.
Yeah, it would have
It
cost you
melts
1,000
away in
gold,
your hand.
basically. You broke it, you bought it.
So I spend 10. I spent 2 silver. I get the infinite diary,
I mean, it
and
wouldn't
then
have
I'm.
cost you anything. In fairness, it would have just drained a gold piece per day out of your
Oh my God!
account until you were paid up.
I'm just leasing a book. I'm financing a book. No,
Right. What's the interest rate?
right? But no, I'm gonna end it with I put the other books back for now. I intend to come back another time, and then I'm
Okay.
gonna make my way to Aurora's Emporium as I read the previous entries of the Infinite Diary.
All right.
sorry about that. Got a phone call.
Oh, no problem. No problem. All right. So this shopping session continues. All right. So where are we at? We're at Fulidar. Okay. So Januka, you just got back from your phone call. You notice that over the week that Fallon is having some things built in the cargo hold, some rooms and like stable for the horse, and a little room for the traveling companions, we'll call them, the zombies, and you notice that's going on. You're at the Emporium, off and on, I would imagine, and other places throughout the city. Is there anything you would like to do during the following week? Because you guys are going to be there for at least 2 weeks.
Well, I would like to find out whether or not there's a temple to my god anywhere in the city.
The nearest temple to what is your god again?
Danaeus,
Danaeus. Yeah, yeah,
Dunatis,
yeah.
the
And that,
god of mountains and peaks.
yeah, and that is I think that's another Greyhawk god. But 1 second. So, oh no, that's a
Oh,
Celtic god, right?
the library.
Celtic god.
The,
Yeah.
the library. The with
There
the
is
eye and the candle.
there is a temple there. Where is it?
I also meant to say, Brian, I did pick a god,
Okay,
the god of knowledge, Orion.
Gond. Or who was it?
Orion?
Orion.
Or,
Okay.
yeah. Orion.
Like Orion type thing.
It sort of seems like it's supposed to be pronounced Orion, but it's not spelled that way. So
Oh,
I just
okay.
said Orion.
Okay. All right. So Where is this temples thing I just was looking at? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Ah, here we are. Okay. Yeah, so you would. There's a temple called the Font of Knowledge for that that god there, the god of knowledge. Um, and for you, Daniel, for Januka, there is a temple. Hang on one second. God of the mountains and peaks, right? Is that what it was?
That's God of Mountains and Peaks.
Ah, there is one where he is uh, known to be discussed and worshipped, and um, that is called the Shrine of Nature.
Okay. Well, I will go and see if there's anything that they need of me there.
Okay. So as you there, they offer you to um perform religious services. Um, what's your piety at right now? Do you have a piety? I don't have. Probably
Um,
don't have one listed, do we?
I have piety of one,
One. Okay.
meaning that currently I don't have anything on saying how I can earn piety. So,
Okay. So they say that you can. Yeah, I'll fix that. I will look at everybody's piety after the session and make sure everybody has a little bit of something in there so they know how to earn and lose piety. And for some of you who don't have deities, your piety will be earned or lost based on like adhering to a path or an oath kind of thing. Um, okay, so you can perform sacred rites, or you can also perform religious services. Religious services are basically attending rites, proselytizing in the community, witnessing that kind of thing, performing religious services like healing or feeding the hungry, healing the sick, different things like that. Um, or you can actually try to perform a sacred rite with the aid of a priest. Um, each one gets you something slightly different.
um,
There's a good chance you'll get piety from either.
right. Well, being that I am a defender, um, guess I would help out with the right.
Performing a sacred rite. Okay, so essentially what you're doing is you're spending your time with a priest, um, and you are offering, you know, uh, sacrifices of nature type of things like bluebells or mistletoe, maybe certain types of semi-precious stones like quartz or granite, and gold, like anything like that. Um, you don't have to. It could be just regular mundane stuff like like I said, like plants and stones and like semi-precious stones. Um, but you can perform weddings and funerals and ordinations with the help of uh, the priest. So you spend a week doing that, and what happens after a week of doing that, you will gain inspiration at the start of each day
Oh, okay.
for the next
Oh, that's nice.
2d6 days after that 10 day. Let me do this here. Let me do a roll. Do you want to roll the 2d6 or do you want me to?
I can roll it.
Okay.
Mm,
And so we're going to assume that wherever this falls, if you guys end up staying 3 weeks, then it'll be like at the end of that time. But so that way I don't jip you out of 2d6 inspiration. Okay, so for 8 days after you leave Waterdeep, you will have inspiration on the every day. You'll have you'll have inspiration every morning. So if you don't use it, you can only have one inspiration at a time. So like if you don't use it, then it just rolls over to the next day, kind of thing. But if you do happen to use it during that day, then yeah,
Hey, at the end of the day, can I give it to someone else?
you can give your inspiration to someone else anytime.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, that means I
And
can
you're
give
also
it some.
allowed, remember, just like our other group on Fridays, you're allowed to give everybody's allowed to give everybody one inspiration per session. So like, if you all want to give somebody one inspiration, if they don't have inspiration, you could, and you can give each other more inspiration, but you got to state why and whatever beforehand. But you give each other more inspiration, but for every inspiration you give somebody over one, I get one inspiration, and mine are cumulative. I get to keep as many as I need or want, and I use those for my monsters when they roll low.
Yeah, because I do have one. I think Lyran gave it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have one.
Yep. So
Which
everybody probably should have an inspiration if they don't already, but yes, you can use those. You can give your inspiration. You can also take your inspiration, like you were saying, Daniel. You can give your inspiration to someone else, and that does not count toward the one. That's you giving.
No.
That's you being selfless and giving your inspiration away to somebody else. I wouldn't be like, now you're screwed. Like, you gave away your inspiration. Now if you're giving away another one, I get to keep it. No, I wouldn't do that. So, but no. So you can give anybody can give their inspiration away to anybody at any given time, and it's just a D6 on attack rolls, ability checks, saving throws, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Actually, I was reading something, and I think it said something about advantage.
That could be one kind of way to
Yeah, the
use
variant
it.
optional rule for inspiration. Wording inspiration.
But we just giving advantage because giving advantage on a roll is
Right,
a
instead
little
of
bit like
a extra D6, it gives them an advantage. But yeah, it must be an optional rule. But I read that somewhere or saw that somewhere anyway.
in mathematical terms, it's like a little bit like giving a +2 or +3 to a roll.
Right. Yeah.
And that would be almost that what we get in the bolt curve
like-
of
Like
D6.
yeah, it's like basically an extra 9%. So it's almost like +2. All right. So yeah. So all right. So that was Januka. Ka, second week. Anything? Same thing.
Did that also give me a
Oh,
point
and
of
one piety. One piety. Yes. Oh, Ka, what are you gonna do for that second week?
I'm probably gonna do the same thing. I'm feeling pretty good about doing good deeds for once.
Okay, so are you going to do the performing religious services, or are you going to do the sacred rites?
What is sacred rites again?
Sacred rites is just what Daniel's character just did. Is basically you perform weddings and ordinations and stuff like that, and at the end of that, you'll gain 2d6 days worth of inspiration.
Did I just point out that Taylor's breaking the rules? He's
I'm breaking the rules?
He's performing good deeds.
Oh yeah, and there's
No good deed.
No good deed. No. See, you don't know why the name of the campaign is no good deed because of a phrase.
And he's just
Are you guys familiar with the phrase?
All over the phrase. Oh yeah, absolutely. No good deed goes unpunished.
No good deed
so
goes unpunished.
this means punishment's coming my way.
I feel like
definitely.
Kablu just takes the worst kind of suffering for the next week.
I think I'm gonna do the same thing I've been doing. I'm just gonna help and assist.
I think you know what? Okay, I guess I do have my light on. I don't know if it's me, but my light just seems to be getting dimmer and dimmer by the day. Anyway, but okay, so you do the same thing you said?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll me that religion or charisma, persuasion.
All right. My persuasion again.
Characters religious bent might want to spend downtime in service to a temple, either by attending rites or proselytizing in the community. Someone who undertakes this activity has a chance of winning the favor of the temple's leaders. Yay! All right, 21. Holy cow! Okay. It's a good thing you can hold up to 5 favors because you just earned 2.
2 more?
Two
Or,
more favors. Yeah, 2 more favors.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
So
I'll
now,
take it.
not only do you have 2 more favors, but you also have 1 more piety. So there you go.
Piety, and that'll bring me up to 3.
Yay.
Yep, and 3 makes you a devotee of your deity of Bahamut. 1 second here. Well, I have to look at something. Gods. That's called Gods of Faerun, right? Yeah, Gods of Faerun. Oh, nope. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, come on. Of course. Hold on. Where is that then? I don't know. I'll have to look for it. Oh wait, I know where it's at. I know where it's at. It's in my Google Drive.
Google Drive.
Put it there for safekeeping. Gods. Alright, let's see here. I'm not 100% sure Bahamut's in there, but I think he is. So, let me look real quick. If not, I will do this after session. But real quick, since you reached that area during session, I thought I would look. Yeah, Bahamut is in there. So hold on one second. Control F. Bahamut. Bahamut. There we are. Okay.
Oh, he was in the book of
Oh, wait, I
Exile.
see it.
Okay. So gaining piety,
Angels.
acts of kindness or hospitality to those you do not know, helping someone with no incentive to do so, demurring praise or reward for any act of good. Now remember, when you gain piety, it's not always like this. It's not always going to be 1 piety every time you visit someplace. It's just going to be given out at certain stages of the campaign. But because you are a devotee of Bahamut, which is piety plus 3 plus,
And it's popping up on my sheet now. I can see it.
yes, you gain inspiration when you help someone anonymously.
Very nice.
Yeah, low key help people.
Yep.
Yeah, I gotta like wear a mask.
You want to be my side. Oh, I have a psychic ability open. The Moon Knight always needs what do you call it? The Night Dragon.
He's just gonna be a vigilante
The Night
doing
Dragon?
good deeds.
Little Night Dragon, small Night Dragon, like a Kung Fu Dragon monk style
Kung Fu
vigilante.
Dragon Monk.
Kung Fu Dragon Monk.
It would be like he's
Yeah.
also almost some sort of moon knight.
Oh wow! Did you put that in there? The profiting in any way, whatever, like that, or did it just pop up there? Oh, I must have put it in there. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I believe you put it in there, but it's set up to where as the piety goes up, the devotee will extend down
right.
and.
I wonder if I put anything else in there already. Huh, interesting. Okay, so
And is that it for this day? Because there's one thing I want to do.
yeah, it's a week. Remember, it's a second week.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
After maybe one of the days of assisting at the Temple of Joaquin, I know after staying here, I see that they're a god of trade and commerce. So I'm wondering if they have any holy water for sale.
Joaquin? Oh,
Could
yes.
always-
Oh, yeah. They would definitely have holy water for sale. Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to buy some.
I think holy water is like five silver pieces? Is it 5 silver pieces or 5 gold pieces?
20 silver, yeah.
Is it 20 silver? I think it's 20 silver to make it.
Well, because we had the discussion before, it was.
Yeah, it's 25 gold. Yeah, 25 gold to buy it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
a flask of
They-
holy water.
They must have changed it because when we first were talking about it, it was like it to cost 20 silver to make and it sold for 20 silver. It's like, what?
Right. To make it, you
uses
mean?
powdered silver to make it,
Yeah.
but it's I think 25 gold. At least that's for like as a component and stuff for like protection from evil and good and
Yeah. Creating. I wonder if
I'd fork over 50 gold pieces.
for 2 vials or 2 flasks of holy water.
Yeah.
Okay. What is a flask? A flask is 8 ounces, right? No. A flask is a pint.
16 ounces.
Yes. And a vial is usually 8 ounces. Oh no, vial is 4 ounces. So it's four vials in a flask. And just so you guys know, if you don't already know, a vial of holy water thrown against something undead will do like a D8 of damage to it or D6 of damage to it.
Let's be careful
Is it
with
radiant
that.
damage?
Is it what?
Is it radiant damage? I think.
Could be, yeah. Yeah, 2d6, not 1d8, 2d6 of radiant damage. Yeah.
You better keep those undead in the
If
stable.
a target is a
Jester.
fiend or an undead, 1 vial will. Oh no, 1 flask. It says. Okay, I take that back. It's a flask. A whole flask takes it. Is what does the 2d6.
I also need a whole flask to
Yeah.
cast protection
So
from evil and good.
a vial, I think is like 1d4.
But I think it might make splash damage if you throw a bottle.
I could allow that.
Okay. 2.
It doesn't say that, but rule of cool and
Oh,
rule of that makes freaking sense. Seems like it would splash onto other entities that were within 5 feet.
And that I easy would be totally fine with 1 damage for everything.
It'd probably be like anything that it splashed on within 5 feet would do, like 1 damage or 1d4, something like that, 1d3, something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, Jessa, is there anything else you want to do before you leave town?
I would like to get materials to make things.
Materials to make things. Like what kind of things?
A couple of magical items that I would like to make.
Oh, okay. What kind of magic items would you like to make?
Like the traps variety.
Go with it. They're the artificer speaking.
Snake items. No.
Keeping it a little on the simple side. Thinking like the pearl of flying, the gloves of thievery, and the pearl of power.
Oh, well, okay. Those are some heavy duty magic items.
They're uncommon.
Yeah. 1 second. Let me look here.
So I just want to look at them with my hands.
Gloves of thievery.
Do you want to make them with the artificer skills? What do you call it? Infusion?
No, because I'm using those for other things. So these are separate.
Ah,
Yes, the gloves of thievery is also known as sticky fingers.
Gloves of thievery, I believe, are right around 2,000 gold. But they wouldn't be that much to create. They would take a long time, though. They would take a long time, though. They would take a little bit. 1 second here. Not there. Not there. Gloves of Thievery. Oh no, Gloves of Thievery are 5,000 gold, like to buy. Let's see. We want to look at creating a magic item. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, I'd like to create those.
Okay. They're uncommon, right? Correct? Believe they're uncommon.
Yep, they're all uncommon.
Okay. So it will take you 1 work week. You have to have a minimum skill of +4. So, what is your? Are you an artificer? You are, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would have to have a +4 as your minimum, like your intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and you would make a. Hold on. I gotta look something here. It'll cost 200 gold to make it, which is great considering you got a markup of about 5,000. So
But
but you have to make some.
200 gold or 20 platinum, correct?
Yep. So you're going to make you're going to have to make a schema for it, basically. Okay, so it's basically you're making a recipe / blueprint type thing to create this item. There are places here you could probably find the schema from, like the library of Waterdeep. Of course, the schema would cost you, like probably right around 100 gold. It'll take a little bit more cost wise, but it'll save you some time. It's going to take you a work week to create the schema. You're going to use your Arcana, most likely. I guess probably that's your best spellcasting ability.
I would think so.
And
Yeah.
for thievery, gloves of thievery. So yeah, so the Arcana, you're going to use that. You're going to did you roll an Arcana
Use my
check already?
inspiration.
Yeah, you can use your inspiration. Yep.
That's D6, right?
Hang on 1 second. Yeah, that is a D6. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to stop this person from calling me. Stop calling me.
I usually just go over their house
There we
and
go.
break their phone. That's my solution.
He's like in Tennessee or something like that, or Los Angeles or something. I don't know. It's a long walk, and I don't want to drive there for that. Yeah, sorry. What'd you get with your inspiration roll? 1? Ooh, 9, 10. 10.
Yeah, that's really bad for me. I get a +7.
All right. So what we're gonna do now though is we're going to add. It's going to add another work week because you didn't get a high enough roll.
Okay.
Which you could work on that on the ship once you get going, or if we spend 3 weeks here, you could. So go ahead and make another Arcana check with, make another Arcana check. Another 9. Ouch.
How?
It's just like
Okay. So it will take you another work week.
mm,
The DC.
I am good
You're,
with
you're,
this.
sadly, you're only going for a DC of 14.
I need to roll 7.
Like you rolled 2 2s and a 1 off the d6. The inspiration. I guess you're not inspired by us, just generally. We're not a very inspiring group.
Which one? Okay, so first, before we roll this next Arcana check, which one do you want to create first? Do you want to create the Gloves of Thievery, the Pearl of Power, or the other thing? What was the other thing?
The Broom of Flying.
Broom of
I
Flying.
want to create the Pearl of Power first.
Pearl of Power. Okay. All right. So go ahead and make another Arcana check for the third week. And remember, a week is 10 days in Forgotten Realms. It's not.
Finally!
What'd you get?
I like it.
Oh, there you go. 23. It took a second to come up. 23. That's a good one. Okay. All right. So it only took you 3 work weeks. So luckily, you didn't run into any complications other than it just being difficult. Because there can be other things that are attributed to it. But the thing is it will cost, like I said, 200 gold total. And it takes 2 work weeks normally, so you did 3, so it'll be 5. Oh, yeah, no, I take that back. Okay, roll me 1d6. I lied. I'm sorry. Well, no, 2 of those would be... No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 2 of those would be normal, and then the third one... Yeah, no, never mind. So it's only 3 total. Okay. All right.
But I have
No,
the
so
Pearl
yeah,
of
so
Power.
yeah, you're good. So now you do have a Pearl of Power, yes. And a Pearl of Power is relatively
Really good.
expensive on the open market. I think it's right around 5,000 or 6,000 also. Yeah, let's roll P-A-R-L. No, 6,000. Yeah, 6,000. Generally speaking, you can sell it for 6,000 all day long if you can find a buyer. But it will also be possibly hard to find a buyer because your average commoner doesn't have 6,000 gold. And most nobles might not have 6,000 gold. There will definitely be people that try to haggle with you if you wanted to sell it too. This is if you want to sell it. If people find out that you have a Pearl of Power, they might want to take it from you cheaper than they would buy it for. Which is
Use the zombies
free.
as a negotiation tactic.
There you go. All right. So since we know you spent like 3 weeks in port, is there anything anybody else wants to do before we clean up? And we're gonna end here pretty quick here. It's we're a little early for ending, but I figure we can end at 6.
Did
Yep, fine.
no, yeah. Outside of just going to the Emporium, that's not the. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want from the Emporium? What are you looking for from the Emporium?
I talked to the shopkeeper of the Emporium in regards to a magic mirror,
Magic
a
mirror.
handheld one that will hold the visage of the person that looked at it.
So I believe they do know of such an item that is similar, but they could probably make what you're talking about, or they could probably find somebody to make what you're talking about much cheaper. There's a mirror of duplication that is made entirely of gold with glass inlaid in the middle for the mirror. It depicts 2 identical figures on the top, each one grabbing the other's wrist, along with 6 runes on the side of the frame. The mirror is made by a cult of tieflings for the purpose of creating armies. But it is a legendary item and they don't have it. But for you, what you're talking about, they could probably craft this item for right around, uh, let's say 1,000 gold.
What if I didn't want it to be made of gold?
Well, they wouldn't make it. They wouldn't. No, they couldn't make the mirror of duplication for 1,000 gold. I'm saying
Oh,
the,
okay.
the item you're talking about, they could make for 1,000 gold.
Oh, well, yeah, we'll inquire about that next time then.
Um,
I'll just have to continue to
so
carry this portrait around.
let's see. Um, they could probably do something for you. They could probably do it as low as 800 gold.
Nothing changes.
Okay.
I can't steal something they haven't made yet, so.
They say, or we have this lovely mirror of life trapping for 18,000 gold. It's very useful in the right situation.
Now that's considerable.
All right, so I guess with that, anybody else want to do anything?
Yeah, I think I got something. Since everybody else is going off and getting their magic items, I got a magic item in mind that I'd like to look for.
Okay.
And maybe I'll start at the Temple of Joaquin and maybe turn in one of my favors to see if they can't help me track this down. I'm looking for an Amulet of the Devout.
Amulet of the Devout. Oh, good call. Yeah, let me.
Actually, you've seen one of those recently.
Oh, I have.
Yeah.
It's hanging around your paladin's neck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Januka has one.
Very nice. I thought.
They have an Amulet of the Devout, and you could get it in turn for a favor. You could get it for 1,200 gold.
1,200 gold and a favor.
If you turned in 2 of your favors, you know the father would see his way fit to say a prayer to Joaquin and waive the fee altogether.
I think I'll do that. I think I'll use 2 of my favors
Sure.
and give my thanks to.
I mean, it's worth it in a way, but it's also
Yeah.
not in a way.
I mean, I still got 1 favor left.
It's true. So you're gonna give away 2 of your favors?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So do you need me to add it to your sheet, or you know how?
Besides just manually adding it.
Yeah. So if you go to the little dot with the eye above it, or with the little dot with the eye in it, on the above the chat log.
Yep. Okay.
And it says compendium, right? Or something like that above it. If you hover over it.
Just says D&D 5th edition.
Yeah, if you hover over the circle. But so then you just type in Amulet of the Devout, right? And you'll be taking the +1 version. And just drag that and drop it to your sheet. And it should pop up on there. And it should change your spell attack stuff and whatever it needs to change. Your spell attack and your spell DC, it should increase by 1.
Okay. Hold on. I need to bring my character. It messes up when I have my character sheet popped out in a different
yes,
window.
yeah, I won't do that. Yeah, it won't do it unless it's in the.
All right. Let's try this. Let it out.
So for people watching, I'm going to do kind of the motion.
Aha.
So there you go. And that's what it would do. But yeah.
Ink. Did that work?
Yep. Actually, you got it on there twice. Hold on one second.
Oops.
That's all right. Trash that one. There you go. Now you're all set. And then that
Killer.
should have boosted your. If you go to your spell page, your spell save DC is now 16. And your spell attack bonus is now 8.
awesome possum. I'm happy with that.
I mean,
We have-
two
we have-
favors though. Whew. You don't understand. I know you haven't used a favor yet, though. So you haven't.
I know.
You haven't yet been able to understand yet. But okay, anybody else? Oliver.
Fallon in the daytime, Fallon would be like the site manager and the construction side of the new apartment complex.
Yeah.
Uh, making sure that the feedback is received from all participants. Like he's asking all the others, what do you need in your room? What yeah, what do you fancy?
Right.
So you have it a decent accommodation, and that still enough cargo hold is available later for trading.
Right.
And in the
Yes.
nighttime, you can only what do you call it? You can stare at the stars so long. You have to do something, and you have to do some fight against chaos. So it's you would like to, fight crime.
It's quite bigger than I thought it was.
Oh yeah,
It's 100
ship
feet
had,
long by 20 feet wide.
Oh, we get I think we get a really nice apartment in the hold for that for everyone.
Yeah, that's close enough. And 20 feet wide. Yeah. Yeah, that's about close enough. Okay. Wow. So yeah, that would be the idea, and then that would be like the other size, like a lot of the other size ships in the harbor would be this big, and different sizes, smaller, some bigger. See, the Burning Bitch is
One question,
a sailing ship. There'd also be caravels, which would be quite a bit bigger.
One question. The carpenter and the apprentice. I emphasized look for 2 gold pieces per day per carpenter, and
Yes.
2 silver for the apprentice.
Yes.
Okay, that's in the second week. I have 50.
So that's
50 gold
20 days worth.
Yes. For for 2 weeks. So they think in the first week they're setting up the bare bone construction. Then Fallon is asking
finishing
everyone
it
for
out,
the
yeah.
intel. What do you need here? Just ask what do you need for your workshop? Do you need special tools, special room, working table, etc.
Yep.
And Folada would probably need some like a reading table or a scribing table, and Fallon gets his opulent, decadent vampire sleeping room.
Okay. So, so you're gonna be up down in the hold during the day and up on the deck at night to try to uphold appearances, is what you were saying, right?
Yeah, for the most part, he just still vanishes at night. As I think I would be like some getting some money too, doing some robbing some criminals.
All right.
Yeah, he's still a criminal per this. He would be a smuggler or something. He was a smuggler and still a criminal. And he knows the gist. He has some contacts, and I think would be nice to try to ask if Kablooey is awake enough.
Right.
If I'm what?
Yeah, if you if Kablooey really interesting in some nighttime activities, let's rob some criminals.
Oh, robbing criminals?
Batman.
Nighttime activities? Are you sure they're criminals? Like,
They
What
They
is your
don't know.
what is your background there, Fallon? What is your background criminal?
Are you sure?
He's a criminal, spy criminal, yes.
Spy criminal. Okay.
He was. It's back in the days. Now he's a changed man because he saw the light of Saloon, his mistress.
All right. So you're gonna do this at night when the carpenters are resting, kind of thing, or
If you want to
doing
take
minor
the
work or
car,
Yeah,
whatever.
I can
I
detect.
still have to be hold up the secret identity of the secret vampire Moon Knight.
Right. Oh, hang on 1 second.
Said if you want to take the paladin along, I can always do detect good and evil to make sure that they are criminals.
Yeah, so Januka could go with you and be a sort of morale compass, so to speak. That guy,
Oh,
no, no, don't don't
we
don't
are.
attack that guy. He's not that bad, you know.
What do you think? We always did good deeds.
All
We
right,
saved a whole ecosystem from
give me a
an ecological
give
nightmare.
me a. Are you attacking and taking out criminals? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you like?
Yeah, like there's like folks like probably
All
stealthing,
right, give me a
investigating, staking,
give me
like a
a
real.
yeah give me a
Yeah.
uh, like your like what do you like either sleight of hand or stealth, um or you could just do like we'll just say like intimidation would work too.
How about first for the investigation, like he's staking out the criminals, like
Sure, sure, yeah, that'll
Batman
work.
for a day,
Yeah, investigation will work. Yep.
and and then stealthing and getting them.
Yeah. So give me an investigation check, and then you can either do a charisma persuasion or a charisma intimidation to for considering for like whether or not they either go quietly
Wait.
or you have to actually physically beat them up.
I totally know that I didn't roll 11 because from last time I had still my 1 and 19 available for
For
my
Porton.
portent. The portent, yes, I have still a
Okay,
1
so
and
you're gonna use
19.
your potent.
And
Okay.
I totally rolled a 19, would be make 25 for investigation.
Is that how the potent works? I thought you had to re-roll again.
It's how future and divination works. Yes, I know that it's exactly no happens. I probably I should have said it before knowing the
Wait.
I
Are you sure
I
that's how
should
it works? Hang on, let me. Now I
yeah
gotta look.
I can use portent before I know the result.
Yeah, put the portent up there real quick. But I mean, I thought portent still made you have to re-roll though, doesn't it?
You roll at the beginning of the day. You roll twice, and then you could change. You could swap out any roll with those numbers.
Right. Oh, did you roll a
Let
19
me
earlier or
see.
something?
Last week, 2 weeks ago.
You're
By the
just
time
trying
it's
to
here.
you're just trying to
Oh,
pull one
one.
over on me, aren't you? Oh wait, no, I think I do remember you doing something like that.
I think it's still in the
Yeah, it's in the chat.
the chat.
Yeah, it's from back. I remember you doing that shit. Okay, no, man, way to bamboozle the GM. All right, nice. Okay, so 19 is your roll. All right, so you you gain 90 gold pieces from robbing criminals.
Oh no, it's not 19. It's I rolled 5, so it would be technically
16.
the 19. No, the 19 plus my skill for 6 would be 25.
Oh, 25. All right, hold on. Let me alter that a little bit then. We'll say you gain 150 from robbing criminals.
Everyone's profiting in this camp in this session except me. Everyone's profited hard, and I'm just sitting here taking a massive loss.
Well, Jessa didn't
Oh,
profit that much yet. She hasn't sold anything, so there is that. But all right, so with that, guys, we will call it a wrap, and we will be back in 2 weeks with this session, No Good Deed, on Sunday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and come follow us on Facebook and YouTube and all that good stuff. Give us likes and subscribes and all that lovely, lovely shenanigans. And don't forget to follow us or come join us on Twitch next week, next Saturday at would be 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Rise of the Drow campaign. and um, then again, the following week after that would be the Grim Harvest, the No Good Deed, and the Wilder Beyond the Witchlight campaigns. And I think that's it.
Sally, as always.
All right, and have a good one, guys.
Have a good night.
Take care,
Good night.
everyone.